Where's my chapstick? Where's my chapstick? There we go. All right. Did I say 8 o'clock? I did. I said 8 o'clock. O'clock. Did you hear me? I'm tired and Bostonian. I said 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. Mary, good evening. Nice to see you. Good night. Nice to see you. Other people. Christine, nice to see you. It's been a joy seeing you showing up so often. Very cool. Blonde Cheryl, I just saw that. Hey, all sorts of people showing up. Yay. Yay. Good stuff, people. Here I look like I'm in I'm in this giant thing. I got a chill earlier. Good morning, Michelle and Blonde Cheryl. I got a chill earlier, and I was like, you know what? My leopard print bathrobe ain't gonna cut it. So I put on this cuddly hoodie thing. Yeah. So there's that, and it's kind of silly that I'm looking so cozy, but I'm feeling cozy. I'm feeling 7-Up. Feeling 7-Up. I'm feeling 7-Up. So, 8 o'clock. I will fill you in on a few things that have been going on with me since the last time we spoke, which was maybe just a few hours ago. I'm very proud of myself. I went to a Pilates class. I am transitioning into my pajamas because it's that time of night. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys for the next hour or so. And then after this, I'm going to watch the last remaining episodes, or rewatch rather, the last remaining episodes of Severance with my husband. Now, okay. Actually, you know what, Penny? I'm glad you've heard positive stuff about TikTok and Red Note. I right before I showed up here, heard some possibly not good news, or just, we don't know. We do not know what's going on, okay? Hey, A Wild, I didn't know we were from North Dakota. Notice how my face immediately went over to where I used to have a map of the country. It's so funny how our bodies get habituated to doing things. So thank you for letting me know the work is good. One of the things that I've been doing is helpful. I'm happy to be here. I love what I'm doing, and it has been so fun to both connect with people and that have kind of followed me for a while, and also be able to use this possible Coffee and Chaos. Nice to see you. Yeah, no. Carla Jane, I was just saying about TikTok. Nothing. I'm fine. I am fine, and I will be fine, and we will be fine. We will be fine. Okay? I am just so glad that I'm so glad we've had this time together. What can I say? Carol Burnett already said it perfectly in the 70s. So we are going to use yes, all is well. We are going to use our time together for good and not sad. And I love it. Comadre de Madre is, I think I was transposing that. I have a little bit of the dyslexia. I think I might have been calling you comrade earlier. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I just finally read it slowly, and I was like, oh goodness. I believe I've inadvertently been mispronouncing somebody's name, so forgive me, Father, for I've sinned, okay? So we have this time together. We have tomorrow on TikTok, and then we have a couple of TikTok lives on Friday, and then I go traveling. And so I will be off the grid. So even if TikTok remains here after Sunday, which Sunday may start at 12:01, kind of like midnight plus on Saturday, I will not be on TikTok, but that's okay because it's intentional. I am traveling. I will be off the digital grid. But that's why I'm showing up so much this week now. Where's my list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is my 16th TikTok hour-long TikTok live in 4 days. Check me out. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 6 more to do. Okay? Ellen, I'm so glad you think they are fun. Denise, I love that I motivated you to release 3 bags of clothes, not 3 bags of fleece, 3 bags full. And it's not Hoskrotz buns, and it's not the 3 blind mice. It was Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yeah, Nana Joe, dang girl, and I didn't even have a snow day, right? Right? But no, I realized I totally think they're fun. Can't you tell this in the fact that I'm showing up and I'm not like at a job I hate, like, all right, everybody, here I am on TikTok Live again. Whatever. No, I really truly enjoy this. You know, I love the fact that Christine, somebody else was talking about doing some sorting of shoes, and Christine got on the action, and Christine dropped off a giant bag of shoes at Goodwill today. So I am genuinely, I can only be genuine. I am. It's just I am too lazy to put on anything else but just me. I truly enjoy our time together. I am really hoping that we have more time on TikTok together. And if we don't, that we will be okay. It will be different if we are not on TikTok. But we can still stay connected. Get on my mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. And I most likely, if when I return from my trips, if TikTok is not here, I will email you all through from the mailing list and say, you guys, no worries, let's all have a live over here on YouTube, okay? I take care of my people. Look at me, I look like an animal. I'm taking care of all my cubs. I take care. I'm the queen of the jungle. I'm taking care of my pack, okay? So you don't have to worry about me going anywhere. But next week, I won't be here, but you don't have to worry because I'm going to go have fun, okay? I'm going to take care of you, okay? Julie Rose, nice to see you. There was something somebody wrote that I just thought was really cool. Let me do this. Oh, Denise was saying, feels like I lost weight when I dropped it off at the donation center. Yeah. Notice how the stuff in your house can make you feel weighed down, like physically heavy and maybe slumped over and trudging around. And when you get rid of stuff you don't want, suddenly, it's funny, my body language is totally being goofed up by this thing I'm wearing. Yeah. So notice how it can feel good to declutter. All right? Lark did a bunch of clothes in your entire kitchen pantry, which you started last night. We don't want to have me choking on my own phlegm here live on TikTok. That would not be a good way to go out, right? I love it. Lark said, I listen and it motivates. Very cool. Excuse me. There we go. Love Gardening said, I worked on a few shelves in my pantry, cleaning out and sorting. It looks much better. Love Gardening, when you look at it, I hope you feel better too. Oh, Leslie's saying we love you. Thank you. I love you all right back because love is a good thing. Love is a wonderful thing, right? It's so much better than fear and judgment and mistrust and all those other guilt, judgment, all those crappy feelings. No, you start with love, you get nothing but good stuff. True love, okay? So very cool. And thank you, Lauren Beth. And I saw another Beth there. Again, did I introduce myself? Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach. I am, Lauren Beth, you and I are neighbors. I'm in Pennsylvania. So, hey, nice to see you. Julie Rose says, my clutter definitely weighs me down and it feels good to deliver a bag or 3. Now, this is really fun. Mary, you hit on something that I was thinking was so true. And some people don't, it's another bonus of decluttering. Mary says, I hit 10,000 steps decluttering inside the house today. Lolling, but getting a lot done. Yeah, decluttering is action taking, action that makes you move your body. I know that myself because when I have my phone, I usually have my phone strapped to my side of my holster or like the pocket of my my yoga pants. And I know when I am decluttering and even just puttering and decluttering, you are giving your body exercise. You are getting your muscles moving. You are getting your steps in, as my husband and I like to call it. So there are bonuses galore about decluttering. okay? And it is so true. Hey, Erica, nice to see you. And Sweet Rain. And yes, there are so many. I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? Oh, you guys, check me out. I organized my shelf a little bit here because I needed to put something. And I found myself, I put my stuff in easier to locate. So here's, this will be a blast from the past. Anybody remember these? This is funny. This is the old-fashioned one. It says stenographer book. And then, no lie, when I was when I was helping my mother declutter her home, I found this one. It's more modern. It just says steno book. Now, she paid $1.59 for this somewhere. I have no idea when. Probably 1980. But the reason I'm bringing it out, scrap lovers still use them. I will say this. Note it, for those of you who've followed me for any time, and I talk about like your backseat drivers and your co-pilot and the things you say, they are useful notebooks. What I love, frankly, is the fact that they have the line down the middle. And this is what I do. I kind of expand that up. Calm Carolyn, nice to see you. Yeah, and what I do is with my notebooks, I will fold the paper in half to create those two columns. And one of the things I did in this one, and I only found it recently, I had just written to myself, the benefits of decluttering. Okay? Oh, that's really cool. Mary has a green stenographer book from your grandma's house. She was a legal secretary. Very cool. Plus, it's wide ruled. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so here, I want to share with you, because we were talking about kind of getting your steps in, moving your body while you're decluttering, getting some exercise, strengthening your body, can't hurt. I randomly, at some point in the past couple of years since I've been on TikTok and doing my Destination Decluttering life coaching, which I've been doing longer than TikTok, but still, I wrote down just these bullet points of benefits of decluttering. So if you think decluttering is only about making your house look good, try this, okay? The benefits of decluttering. It makes my life easier and better. It makes it easier to find things. It makes it easier to get dressed. It makes it easier to make food. Decluttering makes it easier to have fun. Decluttering makes it easier to do hobbies. Decluttering makes it easier to read a book. Decluttering makes it easier to go on vacation, to enjoy yourself. Decluttering makes it easier to enjoy yourself, to be in a good mood. Decluttering makes it easier to create. Decluttering makes it easier for you to share your abundance. Decluttering makes it easier for you to help others. Decluttering makes it easier for you to feel accomplished. Decluttering makes it easier for you to grow your decisions. I don't really know what I meant there, but I wrote it down anyway. Decluttering makes it easier for you to invite people over. I lost my space. Hold on. Here we go. Decluttering makes it easier for you to go away for the weekend. Makes it easier for you to take care of yourself. And decluttering makes it easier for you to take care of others. Decluttering makes it easier for you to make money. And decluttering makes it easier for you to create a life you love. Okay? Yeah, it helps to be easier to have company come over. It's so true. It is. You don't mind opening up the door. You can invite people over in a minute, and even if they show up unexpectedly, you don't feel freaking out about opening the door. You just open the door. Open the door and let them in. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Right? Someone's knocking at the door. Yeah, Laura, this is funny. She's saying, I love your hoodie. Check it out. It's like one of those humongous ones, right? It's called like a cuddly or something like that. Yeah, and 80s Girl Forever, it says, if you like having company. The other thing, too, is having a decluttered home makes it delightful for you to stay home and stay away from people. I know about that. Snuggie. Yeah, I think it's called a Snuggie. I just felt like I needed to snug tonight. Okay? Yes, makes it easier and funner to clean. It does. It's so much easier to clean when you don't have stuff cluttering up stuff and the surfaces are already there, So many good reasons to declutter. I love it. I used to be cluttered. I am not as cluttered. I am way less cluttered than I used to be. I am barely cluttered. And it is effortless. It is so much easier for me to easily just not have to spend my Saturdays and my weekends and my time after work always straightening up the house. Now, are certain rooms in the house always have a little bit of something on the surfaces? Yes. Typically the kitchen for us. The kitchen is the one that we spend the most time in. So during the day, things might accumulate, but then we put them away and they accumulate a little bit and we deal with them. And then ideally, before we go to bed, we clean it up. But if we don't, the next morning we do it. So instead of letting things pile up for days or months or dare I say years or decades, you can knock down the clutter in minutes, in 30 seconds, that type of thing. Okay? So, so Eleanor, let me help you with this, okay? First of all, if you've struggled with this on and off for years, that's okay. The last 2 years have been bad. My sister wants to help, but I'm nervous and have a lot to do before she comes. Okay, so let me help you with this. First of all, your sister is trying to do a good thing for you, but notice how you're afraid of her judging you. Now, I don't know your sister. She could be judgy. So that's why it's so important to get people who aren't judgy to help you with this stuff. She's trying to do a good thing, but she might, depending upon her personality, she might do more harm than good or just not have the effect that she wants. I offer to you that if you've struggled with this on and off for years, you may never have been taught how to I don't want to say properly, that's kind of judgy. You may not have been taught a good process to help you deal with stuff for various reasons. You may have, bad vibes, kind of traumatic responses to doing decluttering. So there may be stuff under the hood. But I don't want anybody here to think that a cluttered home is sign of some sort of moral failure or that it reflects poorly on you. Do not judge yourself that way. You simply, currently, do not have a skill set and a process that allows you to easily make decisions and declutter. And how you got here is probably a many different ways. But do not judge yourself poorly for simply not knowing how to do something. Okay? So notice your sister's trying to help you. Hopefully she will. Sometimes it really does help some people to have the buddy system or somebody there to bounce ideas off of, or to really just, keep your eyes on the prize of why you're doing this. So hopefully she'll help you. Okay? I don't know when she's visiting, I'll be honest with you, but maybe the both of you want to watch some of my videos and see if what I offer to other people helps you. Okay? But know that, okay? Yeah. Okay, there's no guilt. Do not criticize, do not guilt. I'm looking at the words that people are using. 80s Girl Forever says, but if I'm worst credit. I feel guilty. No. I said this the other day, and I remember Carla, who tends to show up quite often, said that really resonated with her, so I'll repeat this. Oh, there you are. As if on cue, I just looked down one and boom, there she is. So I was saying the other day, you would never judge a 7-year-old if they didn't know how to drive a car, right? Driving a car is a skill set. Driving a car is a bunch of skills that you are taught and you practice and you screw up at and you stall out and you veer and you try again. But you would never get mad at somebody for not knowing how to do something that they were never taught how to do. Okay? So please do not make yourself feel bad for something you were probably never properly taught an easy, good way to do it. Okay? And Carla and I were talking about this earlier because I do one-on-one coaching for people. I'm not talking about it a lot this week because we have so many other things to spend our time on, and I don't want to be like, hey, look at me, I'm marketing myself. No. You guys know that I'm a decluttering life coach, and if you go to my website, you see I do one-on-one coaching. But Carla's saying, thank you for saying and sharing that. Learning that in these lives this week takes such guilt away. Yes, do not judge yourself poorly for something you simply haven't learned yet. Okay? Yeah, in the real math Ferg is saying don't feel guilty, just defeated at times, and you need to regroup. Yeah, we can all of us. You're not alone if you sometimes feel like defeated. And it's so funny when I think of defeated, I think of deflated. I think of somebody's kind of knocked the wind out of you. And when you feel that way, it's okay to regroup, to catch your breath, to reinflate, and then start up again. Okay? So please treat yourselves kindly. Okay? Leslie is recommending, because this is one of the ways I start, is surface, stored, sentimental. Start with your surface clutter, then go to your stored clutter, then go to your sentimental. Please, oh please, do not start with the sentimental. Okay? Do not. It's just going to not give you the result you want. It doesn't mean you're ignoring it. It doesn't mean you're avoiding it, but you are kind of avoiding it because it's like going to the gym and not going immediately and trying to lift a 200-pound barbell. Okay? Yeah. Now, who was it? Somebody, Calm Carolyn said, I want my house to be a haven for myself and others. I have a ways to go, but I am getting better. Yes, focusing on, this is the thing I want you to think of. Think about this way. This is kind of fun. This is just kind of coming to me. Okay? I want you to look at the distance you've come. When you look in the rearview mirror, I want you to really look at the distance. I want you to be looking down the road and look at how far you've come from where you were. And I want you to emphasize how much you've done. I want you to really look kind of at the big picture then. Look at how much I have done. Look at how far I have come from where I have started. Actually, moving my car along. When you look ahead, when you say, I have a ways to go, I don't want you looking way down there. I want your eyes down here. I want you to think, what's my next step? I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to overwhelm yourself with, I have so much more to do. No, that's when you put your head down, you put your blinders on, you make a list, and you just start stepping. Or maybe you're in a car and you're driving. Okay? Think of this as a road trip. Okay? Now, who was it? Bill Smith. Bill Smith says, whoops. For me, guilt is usually attached to the question of blame. Yeah, blame has a judgy quality too. But who's to blame is the wrong question. Doesn't matter. Let's not blame anybody. Let's learn from it and do something different. Yeah. User 827-469-208675-309. I do judge myself. How could I go 57 years and not figure this out? It's nothing to be figured out. It's not a puzzle. It's a skill set. Would you say the same for you to be like, how can I be 57 years old and I don't know how to ice dance? How can I be 57 years old and I don't know how to, make a souffle? I can't believe it. I'm such a bad person. I don't even know how to figure skate. That's actually what I was thinking of. Why don't I know how to do a triple Lutz? I'm 57 years old, for crying out loud. Why do I not know this? Because it's nothing to discover. It's not like an aha moment. It's a skill to be taught, and you haven't been taught it yet. Okay? Yeah. Better question, is there a better way? And with me, there's usually the answer is, you betcha. You betcha. Okay. Oh, Carla's learning so much. I freaking love it. So Carla's saying, my mom meant no harm to me. We realized it this morning. Yeah. Carla's mom, if you don't mind, much like many of us, our parents or grandparents were told to have chores and do work. Carla's mom was one of those people. She thought she was doing a good thing when Carla came into her life by not making Carla do any chores or do any of those things. She says, and we're realizing she meant no harm. Where she came from, it took her straight to that behavior. Her past affected your past. So Carla did not learn certain skills when she was growing up because her mom was trying to do a good thing and not have to, you don't have to do this. I'll take care of it for you. you know? There we go. Now, Leslie says, Beth, your energy attracts a great community. Wish we could all meet for a glass of wine or tea. Maybe it will happen someday. Maybe it will. You know, I will say this. I'm in Pennsylvania, outside of Philly. Maybe there are people who you live in, you know, this is the beauty of TikTok, is I typically can I can talk to people from all over the country. It was really fun a couple of nights ago when I was doing one of these, or maybe a day, I don't know. Erin, who's from the suburbs of Buffalo, New York, I think, found somebody else on the thread that was from the Buffalo, New York. Could happen. Stranger things have happened. Okay? And yeah, this community will transcend TikTok if we want it to. If we want to just move our meeting from this room into the next room. Okay? The bummer is, I will say, I don't feel like we're going to be able to connect with people as easily as we had done, but at least this community will remain. And I offer to you, if you hear of people that, you know, are struggling with clutter, let them know about what we have going on here. Okay? All right. Oh, funny. Amy is in Iceland. Says hotel named Kletur. Klettur. Pronounced clutter. Funny. That is. Yeah. And Carla Jane didn't know. Oh, there we go. Somebody else is from Buffalo. Carla didn't know about diabetes or high blood pressure until it became a part of her life. A. Wild is asking, how long did you live in Massachusetts? A wicked long time. I can't even do the math. I seriously can't. I moved out of Massachusetts in the year 2000. Did I? Is that right? Yeah. I moved out of Massachusetts into Delaware year 2000, because I had met my husband a couple of years earlier. He wasn't my husband then. That would be silly. The boy that later turned into my husband. Yeah. So I have not lived in Mass for 24 years, and I'm 58. I don't know. Somebody do the math. 34. Yeah. Okay. Ellen says, I'm game. While she's working on the makeup bathroom clutter. Love it. Good stuff. All right. Calm Carolyn, you're following me on Facebook too. I want to share with you, though. While I have posted in the past, and even in the very recent past, on Facebook and on Instagram, to be very clear, I will no longer be posting my content on any of the Meta platforms, because Mark Zuckerberg recently came out with alerting us to changes he's making to those platforms, and I don't agree with those changes, so I will not be actively adding content. So I'm giving you the heads up on that. So while you may have been able to follow me there in the past, and for now, for these next few days, my stuff will be up there. That will change. Okay? Perfect. I'm so glad I just saw you're following me on YouTube. YouTube will most likely be the landing place. Rebecca, I will be on YouTube, at least for the early, and at least for the short term, if TikTok goes bye-bye. Okay? Yeah. And Carla Jane says, I've made some wonderful friends here. Erin and I have become buddies, and we never would have without this community. Yeah. And yes, to answer the questions, which I'm happy to do, there is a live video feature on YouTube, so I will be doing them. Okay? Yes. So, but in the meantime, I will share with you, just because we're talking about TikTok and Meta and YouTube and all that, please spend some time, okay? Please spend some time. Oh, nice to see you, Allie Catherine. I will try to remember that on YouTube, but I'm wicked bad with names, even in real life, so do not take it personally, please. Here's what I would love for you to do. Now, your mileage may vary, but I encourage you. The clutter in your home is something that has been there, and it will be there. You will be able to declutter your home past Sunday. But you might want to think of, is it important for you to save and this is a decluttering thing, is to save the videos that you have favorited or bookmarked on TikTok? If you are a content creator, is it important for you to save the videos you have made so that if TikTok goes away, you have saved those things? Now, if those things are important to you, I would recommend focusing on that because the window of opportunity to do it may be closing on Sunday. I don't say this to alarm you. I say this for you to take a look at your priorities. Like, for example, for me, I will share with you. So I am off the digital grid as of noontime, basically, on Friday. Yeah. And so tomorrow then, I'm looking at the space that I have between things scheduled, and that's where I will actively be saving the stuff that I have on TikTok. Now, here's an interesting thing, okay? I will probably be, much like if somebody said, your house will be knocked down in 2 days. I am initially, with my TikTok favorites, I most likely will be saving too many things. All right? And then, though, I will go declutter them. I started that earlier, and I'll be honest with you. It is still really fun. It is really fun to go through things you collected because you liked them. We talk about that a lot in the physical declutter world that I hang out in and I just live and breathe. But it's also the digital things that you've put a heart on or you've bookmarked to say, I like this. Thank you. Carla Jane just sprayed some money around. Thank you. So it is fun to go through those things. We collect up things and say, someday I'm going to make that recipe. Someday I'm going to make that recipe. This gives you an opportunity to go through what you've collected to say, do I still want to make that recipe? Okay, I will make that recipe. I will save that somewhere that won't go away. All right? So I just offer to you, this is what I'm going to be working on myself because I don't want my TikTok videos that I've made or saved to go away. I'm going to, there's stuff you can do. I won't get into the details, but there are plenty of awesome people on TikTok who are sharing how to save those things. All right? Now, Scrap Lover says, how do you do this? How do I do what? Be so awesome? It comes naturally. Okay? What I offer to you is this. Decluttering is a life skill. If you were not taught it, save videos. There are videos out there that people have made that will describe it better than me. But there are ways, okay? So after we're done in 28 minutes, you can look at those. Decluttering is a life skill. You're welcome. Decluttering helps you remove the crap from your life. It's saying, do I want this or not? Is this good for me? Do I not want it? Is this going to help me get the life I want, or is this bringing me down? Making those decisions and choices and then taking action to remove those things from your life will increase the quality of your life. If you never learned this, that's okay. I didn't learn it. No, I grew up in a lack-inspired, cluttered, hoarder-esque. We do have hoarding in my family. Collector type family. So I am not some high and mighty minimalist judging the cluttered. I am one of you. We are all together. So let's come together right now, shall we? It is a skill you can learn. You learned how to be how you are now. You can learn it a different way. And it is never too late. One of us. That's right, Mel. So it is never too late. Never too late. Never too late. I am so glad I'm learning so much cool stuff now in my 50s. Sure, I wish I learned it in my 20s, but I didn't. But I'm so glad I'm learning it now as opposed to a moment later. Really, really. It is the quality of life that I have. And it has nothing to do with money or all that external stuff. If anything, here's the crazy thing. The more decluttered I am, the less stuff I even want. I have no desire to buy a lot of stuff. But the stuff that I do want, I do allow myself to buy. I don't fill up my cart with crap. And I don't say that you do that, but I'm saying I used to do that. I used to buy a lot of stuff to make me feel better. You know? Okay. A Wild says one thing that helped is when you said you can do it, because you can. This is not rocket science. This isn't. And even if you wanted to do rocket science, you could do rocket science. But luckily, we're just decluttering houses and lives here, okay? I love that Irma's saying, I'm still learning in my late 60s. Yeah, better than learning in your 80s, huh? Very cool. Hey, Erin, it's nice to see you. We were just talking about you and Carla, getting to know each other here. I love it. I love that Erica is saying, I've already started to become that way. Yes, Kara. Kara is so true. We can reinvent ourselves. It's never too late. We can change our own stories one thought at a time. Hells to the yeah. Yeah. And here's a really cool thing. YouTube. Yes, Scrap Lover, YouTube. I'm saving my stuff to YouTube. Actually, I'm saving it in an intermediary. I'm going to save it to a hard drive, and then I'll upload it to YouTube. Okay? I love that Erica is saying, I've been asking myself before each purchase, do I really want or need that? That pause, that little traffic cop hand to say, wait a minute. Now, hey, wait a minute. Now, do I even want or need that? And you say it with judgment. You don't say it with judgment. You're just kind to yourself. And if you want it or need it, buy it. But sometimes when you just pause and you give yourself that little gap, that little space of I could do something different here, you may make the choice that is going to make you feel better in the short term and in the long term. Okay? And I love it. Irma made a vow to never stop learning and changing. No, there's some quote about that. Something about, I don't know, your mind. We grow old by not growing. I don't know. I think my mother had that like on a cork board when we were growing up. Yeah. Anna Cecilia is wanting to speak English very fluently. There we go. I love the fact that people who are going over to, Red Note, are helping people with their English, and maybe people are learning Mandarin. We can use these times of change as opportunities. Yeah, Sargento 2020, I have been doing a wicked lot of lives, a wicked lot of TikTok lives. Because if this is the only time we have together, I think of it, frankly, as, let's say somebody said your eminent domain is coming in. Freaking, what was that guy? Robert Morse or something? Morris? Who's the guy who started knocking down stuff in New York? Or even better yet, we'll talk about Boston, because that's where I grew up, outside of Boston. They knocked down, I think it was the East End, to create Government Center. We are a neighborhood here. This little light of mine, this little group that has collected and gathered around Destination Decluttered, we are a community and we are a neighborhood. But if somebody said, hey, the wrecking ball is coming on Sunday, wouldn't you want to hang out with your neighbors as much as possible before the wrecking ball came? I would. I would be hanging out on the stoop, chatting with my people. I would say, screw it to a lot of other things to make time for what was important to me. And that's what I'm doing right now by going on TikTok 4 times a day for the last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days, and tomorrow and half of Friday. Because there is a distinct possibility that our little cute, little awesome little neighborhood could be knocked down by a stupid wrecking ball for people who don't even realize how awesome it is, that just want to pave over it because they have no imagination. And I could go on, but I'm not going to. What I will say is, I am showing up because this makes me feel better than laying in my bed and crying. I've wanted to do both. I feel like crying about it at some point. Crying is not going to help me feel better. It might temporarily to release those bad feelings, but I prefer action, positive, aligned action with what I want. And I just want to show up to illustrate that, to lead by example, that you can hear something that bugs you, that you don't like, and you can do something about it. Okay? Okay? Now, I will say this, Leslie, thank you for the idea. She says you should add many marathons to your offerings. I have to share with you, in the real world, I am so unathletic, it is comical. I don't know my sports from my elbow. And I love the fact that we are using the word marathon, because growing up in the Boston area, I know that it's 26.2 miles. And right now, I feel like I'm getting towards Heartbreak Hill. These marathons are fun. I am doing them because there is a distinct reason, but they are not sustainable. They are not sustainable for me. I am getting tired. And the urgency with which it's causing me to show up is causing me to do this. I will continue to do lives when I return from my travels on whatever platform is available to me, either TikTok, please, or YouTube. Okay. But I cannot sustain this pace. I am not built this way. Okay? But I am running this marathon for you because I want us to hang around as much as possible. And I'm not going to lie, I want to make sure that people who never even know I existed until this week, because I typically show up in the morning at East Coast time, I am showing up at different times of the day, hoping to just get the word out, almost like stand there on my Brillo box and say, hey, are you here from this other time zone? I help people with clutter. Are you struggling with clutter? I can help you. And that's why I'm showing up doing this and doing so many, Yep. And the good news is, Mosey, I have gone on YouTube Live. I have. When I very first started TikTok, I started the same day. I started TikTok Live, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live. I started out doing a half an hour on each platform because I didn't know which one I would like better, which one felt easier, which one people would resonate. It quickly became apparent that there was a home for me here on TikTok. There was so much more connection and engagement and good vibes that I said, okay, I'm going to focus my time where I want to hang out anyway, which is on TikTok. Okay? So, I'm taking care of you guys. Do not worry. Yes, and Leslie said you've got stamina for sure. You know what? I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. You know what? It's that fire in my belly of saying, we're not going to take it. No, we ain't going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. Oh, thank you, Mary. Mary says, don't cry. You were the only TikToker I try to catch the lives for. Well, I feel honored. Thank you for saying that. I try to show up and provide some quality and some value to you. Okay? Yeah, and Kara says, I'm posting multiple times a day because why not? I love that you are doing this and it's inspiring. Let me share with you. I'm not going to sing the whole song. So, Denise, my newsletter, my mailing list is destinationdecluttered.com is my website. Destinationdecluttered.com is the website. On the website, you scroll to the bottom of the homepage. There's a little form there. You put your email address in it. You prove to me you're not a robot because I do not coach robots. And then you hit submit, and if it all works out, you see a congratulations, a welcome page pops up. Shortly thereafter, you should be getting a welcome email in your email box. It is sent automatically. It's so funny. I used to send them out manually, and then just things got too busy. So that's one of the few things I do kind of automate. I almost say automatize, and I'm making up words. In that welcome email, if it doesn't immediately show up, please check your spam filters. In that email is a link to a secret page on the internet that has all sorts of cool things, including the schedule for these remaining TikTok lives that I have. Okay? See, Gina, so you're back in the day of all three and we used to hop from one to the other? Yeah, but we ended up here because this is it. Yeah. Yep, crying won't do you no good. Crying, there's nothing wrong with crying. It can be a release of those things, it's kind of like pooping but different. Like it releases the toxins in your body. But I like to turn that energy into something more productive and useful. Okay? Aw. Mosey says, how can I tell if someone is live on YouTube? I've never seen it there. I don't know. I kind of forget, but if we need to do it, we'll figure it out. I do not know. We can figure it out. Okay? And yes, and 80s Girl Forever says, I appreciate the multiple lives, especially because I'm on the West Coast. Well, this is a neat thing. And I love this. Ellen says it's rubbing off because I'm organizing at 8 p.m. instead of sitting and watching Everyone Loves Raymond. Yeah, notice can be like contagious, like a good thing, like a smile or a yawn, as opposed to like COVID. Now, the one thing I am learning about by doing these TikTok lives, which is kind of fun, is the fact that I do have West Coast people who are interested in what I do and show up. So the cool thing is, when I come back, again, it's so funny because organically this had nothing to do with, it had nothing to do with what is going on next week with TikTok. I had scheduled this travel way in advance. I had no idea it was going to align with all this stuff. But it's interesting to me that I feel like there's definitely like this time, and when I get back, it's going to be something different. But I say this to you because one of the things I'm learning is that doing maybe one TikTok live or YouTube live, in the evening won't be so bad. I am not as inarticulate as I thought I might be at night. So I will, wherever I show up live, when I come back, I've learned from this experience myself that there's West Coast people, so I will show up and do at least one TikTok live or a YouTube live, whatever, in the evening. So there's some good stuff happening here. Yay, West Coasters. Thank you for letting me know this. There we go. Strong Silver Soul Sister says, I've always said crying is power washing for the soul. Yeah. Allow your body to respond to things. Notice how your body responds to things and just get curious about it. Don't try to fight it. Just notice it and allow it. Because sometimes I will tell you that if I say, okay, I'm going to cry, I'll allow myself to it. It's like, oh, okay, I don't need to cry. That's fine, but thank you. So allow your body to feel a body. Feel it's your body. I'm sorry, I'm getting all, that sounded weird. I'm going to stop right now. All right. I love this. 80s Girl Forever said, I finally canceled some services I was paying for that I hardly used. Money saved, life decluttered. And it's making you money. It's on your money, Such good stuff. Such good people. Carla Jane, I just missed this. I saw some things too. Carla's saying, I have never had anyone make things come together and make sense for me like Beth. Coaching with her has absolutely changed my life and has changed the future of my family to be a great one. Notice how my body is reacting. Notice how those words she said, she wrote, made me feel. Wow. If you don't think words have power, they do. Thank you, Carla. That means a lot to me. That means a lot. It really does. To know that you made a positive change in somebody's life is a wonderful feeling. And you guys can do it too when you're decluttering. Somebody today donated some sweaters someplace. It's wicked cold here in Pennsylvania. You can donate some extra socks. We were talking about sock drawers earlier. You can donate extra socks. Clean ones, of course. Nice ones, of course. Do you have a homeless shelter near you? I remember once, and this is just who I am, I was walking up the street from our downtown, and I was going past the bus stop. And there was a woman there with her little kid, and it was freezing out. And both of them had bare hands, and I had a pair of gloves on. And I was just like, oh my gosh, do you want some gloves? And I pulled my gloves off, and I was like, here, have my gloves. And she's like, what? No. And I was like, I only live a few blocks away, and when I go home, I have more gloves. You need them now because you're standing here waiting for the bus. Just remember, you have so much to offer the world. You have an abundance of riches, and it's not just about your clutter. You have a smile you can offer to somebody. You have a kind word. You have clutter that you can donate or share or give to people. You can sell your clutter and donate money. You can come to one of our TikTok or our Zoom parties and feel good about donating money to a women's shelter. There are so many good things you can do in the world. And I love it. Erin got so much done today, and now she's enjoying some well-deserved chill time. I love it. Okay? Very cool. Yeah. See, this is cool. Mary says, when I cry, I feel kind of proud because we were teased if we showed emotion. Yeah. And yes, notice how the previous generations and people who are raised in that way cause us to act in our unnaturally. If our bodies weren't meant to cry, they would not cry. If our bodies were not meant to poop, they wouldn't poop. I mean, come on. We are humans. We are spirits in the material world. Hello, Nancy from New Hampshire. Nice to see you. Too bad I should introduce you to Oceanana. She lives in Plaistow. I always heard it Plastow, but I guess it's Plaistow. Maybe it's both. And Jessica, speaking of places to pronounce that begin with the letter P, like Peter Purcell Patterson's pet pig named Porky. I am not close to Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney's near Pittsburgh. Vicksburg's from Pittsburgh. I am near Philadelphia. I am near Philadelphia. Okay. You know what? Nick Knack says, I'm still chipping away at 10K photos. It's intense, but you've given me so many life rafts. You know, the wonderful thing is, you're learning how to swim. And have fun going through your photos. Have fun going through your clutter. Have fun with all of it. It makes it more enjoyable. Why not enjoy it? Walk down memory lane. Remember when we bought this spatula? I remember when we got this thing, you know? Tell yourself the stories, you know? I love it. Nana Joe sent me a piece of a poop and ice cream. They're both kind of swirly flavored. All right, go birds. That's what they say here. I think they're going to do, Erin may know. Is anybody playing that thing yet? The Super Bowl's coming up soon. When did they figure out who's going to play that? I don't really care, but we're going to be in the airport, and I got to know whether people are going to be rambunctious or not. Okay? Betty Chavez is saying, thank you for being live tonight. I had things to do today and felt bad because I missed your lives today. I'm happy to be here. I'm here for another 8 minutes. And tomorrow night, I'm going to do a TikTok live. And you guys, this is something I'm wicked proud of. Okay, this is really funny. Did you see me where I all of a sudden was looking? Oh, God, where's my... I was looking for my phone. You know where my phone is? Right here. You know? Because I can't remember. I was going to just share that every single TikTok live that I did today is already uploaded on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. So if you want to just sit down and listen to one, we've got some. We were talking about socks today. Oh, we covered everything. We covered so much, right? Lark was saying you were doing, okay, they don't know still the playoffs. Okay, thank you, Erin. You're like my sports connection, you know? Yep. Denise says, when I was decluttering this week, I was amazed how many of the same things I had but didn't realize. Yeah, sometimes many of us have multiples of things because when we can't find something, we'll just buy another one. And you don't realize how many you have until you put them all together and you're like, man, I did not know I had a thing about whatever the quantity is. It's happened to me. It's happened to me. Where you're like, ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like this. And suddenly you've got a whole bunch of them. No worries. Erica Lynn says, what about yearbooks? People have so many yearbooks. Do they? Do they? Erica, I ask you, instead of everybody else in their yearbooks, what do you want to do with yours? You want to keep it? You want to give it away? You want to burn it? I have mine. I love mine. I still am friends. I am so lucky to have friends from pretty much many chapters of my life. I really feel blessed. And so it can be fun when I go visit my friends and we pull out the yearbooks and we see what we wrote to each other and we talk about the people and, oh, who was that person? Oh, I remember that guy who was in my math class. Oh, did you hear about so-and-so? They passed away. Isn't that sad? Oh, she was always such a meanie. Or, oh, look at us with our 80s haircuts, you know? I have fun with my yearbooks and they only take up literally like 2 inches on a shelf, you know? I say this, you can do anything you want with your stuff. Yeah, and Denise, notice, this is a good thing to share declutter-wise. Denise didn't know how many things she had because they were scattered all over the house. The things were cluttering up her home. But when she gathered together to ask the Lord's blessings, when she got her likes items together, she realized she had more than she thought she did of a certain thing. Okay? Leslie, thank you. Yeah, I knew it was on the 9th. I put that on my calendar, and we're going to be traveling on the 9th. So thank you. I appreciate it. It's soon. All right. Oh, Carly Jane was asking, last night there was a talk about a website to go to get values on China and silverware. Yes. It's called Replacements Limited. Oh, gee, before the internet, that company has been around for forever. What I will tell you is they do a great job at what they do. However, they are definitely, and I don't say this in a bad way, they are there to kind of fill in the blanks in people's collections. You can look at what you can look up your china patterns, your crystal, your silverware patterns on their website, and you will see prices that they sell for. That is the retail price. That's what they charge for it. They do not pay you that price for that stuff. But at least it can give you an idea of if your patterns are popular with some people. Popular. They're gonna be popular. Right? Didn't we all learn that from TikTok? Okay. So, I am a little bit tardy to the party here. Okay. My Philadelphia Eagles will play the LA Rams this Sunday. Go Birds. I'll see if they won when I come back. But thank you. I appreciate it. Good stuff here, people. All right, Christine scrubbed the multi-year mystery spill in my fridge during this live, and now it sparkles. It sparkles. I love it. Okay, so good. Painting of a Duck says, I've been known to listen to your lives on YouTube. I need encouragement while I declutter. That's why I put them there. Okie Teacher, I love this. I'm not allowed to buy any more pads of paper for my desk. Yeah, I didn't realize my husband had so many of these little pads of paper, and luckily we are using them for like shopping lists and stuff, but he had a stack like this big, and sometimes you don't even know it. All right? Okay, we got the sports people connecting over the sports. I love it. There we go. Farm Girl decluttered your socks today. I love it. Socks today. We're gonna have socks today. Okay. Here's a funny thing. Ellen says, yep, bought the organizer before the decluttering. Whoops, guess I can make a return now. Yeah. Yes, you do typically with what do you call it? Replacements. You pay the shipment to them. Yes. Lola says you can carry a melody. Yes, here it is. I have this melody. I'm carrying it. Yeah. I love music, and I'm married to a musician. So I may not sing well, but I sing with joy. Right? Now, here's a good one. Denise realized they had 5 air mattresses. 5. Now they have 2 because they donated 1 and gave a friend 2. What a cool thing. What a cool thing. Now, hey, you guys, just as a heads up, I'm always mindful of our time because I think it shows respect to start on time and to end on time. Okay? And so I offered this to you. We got 2 minutes left here, and then I am going to sign off at 9 p.m. Eastern. I then am going to go have some fun and watch TV, which I rarely do except this time of year when it's so freaking dark out. And then I'll probably... yes, there we go. This is what I say to my mother. The Lord said, make a joyful nose. He didn't say it had to be pretty. Well, thank you. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow. I have 4 TikTok lives scheduled tomorrow. Then. I have some work scheduled. I have some fun scheduled. I hope you have all of those things on your calendar too. All right? In the meantime, if for some reason you don't know when my TikTok lives are, it probably means you're not on my mailing list. If you want to find out the schedule, sign up for the mailing list at destinationdecluttered.com, okay? May tomorrow be a perfect day. May you find love and laughter along the way. May God keep you in his tender care till he brings us together again. I believe that was the closing theme of the Donnie Marie show that was on Friday nights from 8 to 9 when I was growing up. Okay? So I wish you well. Star Child, You signed up the mailing list and you're not getting emails. Send me a direct email after this call. My email address is beth@destinationdecluttered.com. Send me the email address that you signed up for, and I will look into it, okay? And in the meantime, as Donnie and Marie would say, good night, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm like, goodbye. I'm trying to hit the button. Goodbye.